My name is Dr. DeClue, and I understand you're experiencing some heart palpitations. Now, from what my nurse tells me, you spent a lot of time in the ER this month. Is that correct? You can tell me why that might be? Are you feeling a lot of anxiety, stress? Am I to understand that they did in fact give you an EKG test? And do you know if that turned out okay? It did? Okay. No, that is completely normal if you're still experiencing heart palpitations and a constricting feeling in your chest. That's what we call a panic attack. And when that happens, there are several ways we can combat it to calm ourselves down and potentially alleviate that awful, scary feeling that often accompanies a panic attack. And you're not alone. I've suffered from panic attacks since I was very little, and it's a very traumatic thing, and you were very, very brave for coming in today. Okay. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on in your life right now? Yeah, no wonder. That would take it out of anyone. I mean, it's amazing that bad things can happen to even good people, and I'm very sorry you've had to deal with this. If you don't mind, I was going to take a listen to your heart just to make sure that there's nothing, critical going on, and it's something that I still have the power to control and to help you learn to control it yourself. Is that okay? All right. Just take a deep breath for me. Very good. Another deep breath. Very good. Now, can you just hold your breath for me? Okay. Just gonna go ahead and put this on your wrist here. Okay. And I'm gonna count your heartbeats while looking at the clock on that wall. Just relax. This is just a check to make sure that you're not suffering from anything we should be too concerned about. Okay. And so it looks like you are okay there. Your heart rate is very normal. But I know how scary it is when your heart starts to beat faster. And do you get that feeling that you can't breathe and that the walls are sort of closing in? And sometimes when I'm in bed and I have all the blankets over me, I start to panic. It's almost a claustrophobic type feeling. Do you suffer from that? Okay. Do you take any medication for anxiety? Just the occasional melatonin? Okay. That's fine. That's actually really good. But for me personally, I know that it's really difficult to find natural solutions to panic attacks, and I personally don't like being medicated. But there are ways that you can combat panic attacks. And I'm very glad you came in to see me today because maybe I can help you. I know that the ER told you that you were okay, and they recommended you come see me, and that's very good. And I am going to try to help you because I know how scary it is, and you're not alone, I can assure you. I promise. I'm pretty sure everyone who works in this office has at some point in their life suffered from a panic attack. So I think what I'm going to teach you how to do is how to sort of calm your breathing. And a lot of people, if you see what I'm doing with my hands right now, which is just sort of circularly rubbing them together. A lot of people can do this with their feet, which is just sort of rubbing the arches together. And this is a coping mechanism that a lot of my clients have found effective. Just to close your eyes, put your hands or your feet together, and in circular, rhythmic motions. Yeah, do it with me. Deep breath in, Deep breath out. Very good. No peeking. Even the sound. Do you hear the sound of the latex gloves? It's nice, isn't it? If you want, you can have some latex gloves to take home with you. And if you're allergic to latex, I'm sure we have some latex-free ones. So this is one technique. Another technique is to focus on what you can control. Because a lot of what sets off a panic attack is worry, or feeling a sense of lack of control in any aspect in your life. And so think about the things you can control. You can control, it sounds silly, but what kind of toothpaste do you buy? What kind of toothpaste would you like to buy? What's your favorite color? Maybe you decide you want to change your favorite color because you can control your favorite color. If you feel the need, you can decide to change your hair color. Those sorts of thoughts often help a lot of my clients to calm down from a panic attack, as well as to realize that where you are currently, lying in your bed or sitting here in the office with me, you are safe and nothing can hurt you. As long as you're with me, you're safe. And just close your eyes if you ever feel panicked. Rub your hands together or your feet together and think about those things you can control. Think of a way that you can even maybe control your heart rate. Maybe you can control the panic. Try some deep breathing until your heart rate slows and count the heartbeats until they're at the number you want them to be. These are all good ways to combat panic attacks. As well as maybe having a glass of wine before bed each night. Small glasses to not, we don't want the opposite effect. You can drink a glass of warm milk or herbal tea. You can get a lot of sleep aid teas at places like Whole Foods, sometimes even at Walmart. And they're not very expensive, and you can just have a glass of green tea before you go to bed, non-caffeinated, something very soft and easy on the stomach. Warm milk is another thing. Put on some nice fluffy socks, take a hot bath maybe, light some candles. Think about those things that you can control and take your mind off of what's panicking you, because whatever it is, it can wait until the morning. Maybe read a book, preferably a boring one. Think about the dreams you had the night before, maybe the dreams you've always wanted to have but never seemed to. Something called pre-dreaming you can do, where you think about, you sort of play out in your head in a dream sort of way, an event or an occurrence. Sort of like lucid dreaming, but you begin it while you're still awake, and sometimes it carries us into our sleep. So you might want to try that. Okay. Feeling any better? Good. I'm going to go ahead and get the nurse and have her come in here and prescribe you some of that tea, okay? Maybe she'll bring you a glass. Alright? It was very nice to meet you as well.